Welcome back, gamers. Today we're going to be taking a look at all the Overwatch heroes, including Freya, all the way through and up to after the mid-season patch. Today we're going to be taking a look at the greatest tanks of all time, the worst tanks of all time, the best of the healers, and the life weavers. We're going to be taking a look at the Freya, the brand new hero in Overwatch 2, to the Cassidys. Are you ready to take on this journey? No? First up on the chopping block, Junker Queen. I think Junker Queen with her perks, she didn't get a ton of changes in the mid-season patch. Did she actually get any? Hold on, let's take a look. That's okay, so I just searched patch notes expecting to, hey wait, I was right, it would pop up. She did get, right. So the wound duration change is kind of good for her. I think that puts her, I think she's really good. I don't think she's broken strong. I think she's kind of balanced at the moment. I think that if she was going to be broken, they'd need to, on some of her perks, like her lifesteal perk, it'd need to be 125%. So she's not broken is what I'm saying, but she's not like overly powerful for too weak. I think she just falls into that solid A range. She's really good to play, but there's just a couple better options to play. Sigma, I think Sigma's in the same kind of boat. Did he get any changes? Sigma, I don't think Sigma got, no, Sigma didn't even get changed at all. So, I think Sigma's still really good. I think he's a solid pick. His ability to eat bullets and to float up, his ultimate's pretty good. I just don't think it changes. He didn't get, since he didn't get changed, his perks, from where he was last time, he's still in the same spot. It's a solid pick, but there's better choices. Why is Junker Queen on here twice? And who are we missing? I'll just move Junker Queen down to the bottom for now, and we'll see who we're missing at the end, because I don't know who it is. Zarya. I think Zarya is an S tier, the tank this season. Reason? Her perks make her ultimate a lot stronger, and she can pierce when she's over 50 energy, which means that if she's over 50 energy when she ults and she gets more than one person, she can hit everybody inside of there with no problem. Plus her bubbles, she's just really strong right now. The buffs she got and her perks just made her kit round out a lot more and make her even stronger than she was before. That's why I think she's S tier. I think Ball is another sneaky S tier, especially when it comes to 6v6. He's just kind of unstoppable. Unless they're playing the full counter for him, like Sombra, Mei, Ram, things like that. If they're playing full counter for Ball, then he's kind of useless, but otherwise he's unstoppable. He's just almost impossible to kill in 6v6, but in 5v5 he's still really strong and he's still hard to kill. He can still provide all that frontline pressure that you need, and he can also dive in the back, so he enables dive comps a lot more than other tanks do, and I think that reason makes him like a low S. He's definitely on the low end of S for me, but I'm also a Ball main, so take that with a grain of salt. Let's take a look at Hazard. I think Hazard is still really strong. I think the perks of some other tanks made him not as much of a pick anymore. He's still picked a lot, but other hero perks definitely outshine him. So for that reason, he's A, and I think I'm actually going to put him below Sigma. Above Junker Queen, though. I think Winton is a solid A pick. He got a slight change in the last patch, the mid-season patch, so he does 20% more damage to deployables now with one of his perks, which is great and it's awesome, but in terms of his actual ability, I don't think he's as strong as he used to be. I still think he's really good. I'm not very good at him personally, but I know that he can shut down and lock down areas with his bubble, and highly mobile, highly defensive. So I think for those reasons he's A, but he's definitely outclassed by Zarya. At the very least, he's outclassed by her. Doomfist. I think Doomfist is a solid B pick. He's got so many counters, and the perks did not help him all that much. Sure, he can get empowered punch by hitting more than three people with a slam, and he reloads his ammo, but those things, I don't think that they helped him a ton. And he's against tanks like Zarya or Ball or even Winston. She can just put a bubble up and block his whole punch and ultimate and everything. These two can just jump out of the way or roll out of the way. They don't get hit. So for that, I think the Doomfist is just B tier. I think he needs to have some kind of, I don't know how to put it. I think he needs some kind of perk that gives him maybe a wider hit punch range radius, but I just think he falls short of the other tanks in the game, and I don't know the best way to put it. Yeah, he's really fun to play, but I think he just falls a little bit short of what most people want. Orisa is definitely, I'm going to put her in, no, I'm going to put her in B. I think she's got potential to be up here again, but right now against Zarya and Ball as your two really strong heroes this season, she just gets dumped on because Zarya is like, Zarya can hit her through her javelin spin, and Zarya can deal a lot more damage to her compared to something like Sigma. For that reason, because she gets dumpstered on, plus I don't like Orisa, so to that, but I think she's B tier, honestly. And they'll probably buff her again, but until then, I think she's there. Diva, I think Diva is also, and she's super mobile, but her perks kind of suck just in general. They're kind of bad, unfortunately. They're decent enough, but like they don't have the same kind of oomph that some of the other perks have, like Sigma where he can float, or Ball where he does a longer pile drive. Her perks include transforming health to overhealth or increasing the radius of call mech. So they just don't have the same kind of oomph that you want it to have, which is okay because not everything has to have that oomph. But because of that, I think she falls just a little bit short. Ramatra, I think Ramatra is solid A tier because of things like Zarya and Reinhardt and Sigma. Because of those three being really strong, Ramatra gets a little bit more of an edge on those tanks. And plus, he's just fun to play and play against. He's a fun tank. And for that reason, because I'm about fun more than I'm about, is it balanced or not? I think Ramatra goes up a little bit higher for me, personally. Reinhardt, I think Reinhardt's actually kind of good this season. I think he's low-key kind of good. I don't think he's S tier because he does not shine very well on his own sometimes. With him, you either get slaughtered or you're doing the slaughtering. So it just depends on the game with him. It depends on the map, really. A lot of it depends on the map. If you're trying to play Ryan on something like King's Row, it's a lot better than trying to play Ryan on something like Suravasa or Ilios. It's a lot different. Roadhog, I think, is also, I'm gonna put him there because he's really good against Ball, and also because his take a breather lets him move a lot faster. He can hook people, and he pretty much got his one shot back with Pigpen now dealing 25% more damage. So that bumped him from B to A tier, definitely. I still don't think he's S tier, but I think he's getting there. He's getting very close. Mauga, I honestly think Mauga's C tier. If you play a good Diva or a good Zarya against a Mauga, he just falls over and gets toppled on. Don't buff him. He needs to stay here. Anyway, but because of that, his perks didn't do a whole lot. If you're playing a payload map and you're on the attacking side, it might be worth playing a lot more Mauga because some of his perks count as two people on the payload, which means if you stand on it and one other person, you get max speed and you don't have to invest a third person to stay on payload. But for that, I think he's still C tier. I don't think he's going up any higher anytime soon. He didn't get buffed. If I see Mauga in the patch notes, I get scared. So, alright, that's your tank tier list for season. Actually, I'm going to move Junker Queen down to B. That's fair. B tier. Definitely. That's fair. Alright, that's your tank tier list. I moved her down to B because she just lines up more with this style, with this level of tank gameplay, more than she does with this one. And for that reason, I think she's B tier. That's your heroes. I'll rank Freya last. But that's your hero tier list for tanks this season. Now let's take a look at Cassidy. That's Bastion. Cassidy is S tier. His Fan the Hammer perk and his flashbang has changed his kit. It has made his Fan the Hammer so much stronger that if you were to pick the Deadeye one over that, you're making a mistake. Like, the stark difference between the two is so big that you pretty much have to choose Fan the Hammer, I think, personally, because it's just that strong. But it allows him to shut down so many more of the Overwatch cast. But Bastion, I think Bastion's he's solid B tier now because he got the resource. Before he would have been A tier, but now it's on a resource to heal. It is not infinite. So for that, he's B tier. Before he would have been A, now he's B. And that's just because that self-heal was what really carried some of his whole perk ability. Like, unable to kill him while he's is unable to kill him on his own while he's healing. And before that was infinite, and because now it's not, Winston will be able to kill him again. He's done healing, he has no more resource, he can't heal anymore, so Winston will be able to actually do something. That was a big nerf to his perk, and that's okay because that needed to happen. Echo, I think Echo's A tier. Her ability to copy teammates as well as enemies is kind of big for her, honestly. Even though a lot of the team comps are mirrored and ranked, but either way, I still think she's A tier. Plus, she's just kind of, at the moment, pretty much all the flying characters are kind of right now. And that's because it's a lot harder to hit. And Echo's she's like an assassin. She just comes down, she throws her 5 balls, they all explode into somebody, she shoots once, and she echo beams them. She's like an assassin type, and that's what makes her really strong. Genji, I think Genji's B tier because people just don't know how to play him very well in my ranks. He's just, I don't get him. I don't understand him. Honestly, don't look to me as like this is the ultimate guide on Genji because I don't know how to play him. So, I have not even the faintest idea. So don't ask me. I think he's B tier. Moving on. Hanzo, I think Hanzo's B. The amount of aim it takes to hit headshots with him because his arrow projectiles are so small is not weak. Don't get me wrong, he's not weak. His arrows still do tons of damage and he can still one-shot. But I think compared to other one-shots in the game and compared to other DPS, he still falls just a little bit short. I think Mei is sneaky S tier because her cryo abilities to slow and freeze people and her wall and couple of her other perks. What were her other perks? Right, permafrost. The longer increases the cooldown of ice wall. That was a big buff to her. She can cryo freeze and she can still place her wall right after. I think because of that she's S, and plus she can just shut down a lot of people all at once with her abilities. She's kind of like a looming threat anytime she's fighting somebody. I think that she's just kind of strong, so I think that's why she's S tier. Junkrat, I'm going to put him in C. I don't want to put him in C, but I am going to because, unfortunately, perks are good. The accelerated ultimate on him is kind of really good. That's like his only really good perk. Like, play Junkrat when you can play Cassidy is kind of the thought. I think Ashe is also... I'm going to put her at the top of A tier. She might get bumped up to S. Reason being, her perks are strong. Bob is really good. And just does a lot of damage, man. She outputs a lot of damage kind of quickly. And I think because of that, she's got to go in high A tier. And I think Pharah has to go... I'm going to put her in A tier. She has the potential to be S, but because Cassidy's so strong right now, at least for me, she's in A tier because Cassidy can just kind of on her. You can kind of down really easily. Reaper, I think Reaper's in the same category as Junkrat. He's really strong. Don't get me wrong. He's really strong. I'm going to swap him and Hanzo, actually. Hanzo, it's just... Oh, no. I'm going to put them both up here. And I'm going to put Genji down here. That feels right. Reaper's really strong, but he lacks a lot of the range that these characters do. These characters' range is really good, but Reaper doesn't have that, and he has to get up close to deal a lot of damage. which makes him good against tanks like Zarya or Sigma or Roadhog, but bad against other DPS like Cassidy or Ashe, where they kind of deeper into the team line, or Echo even. Reaper will have a harder time killing the flying characters, so he falls in that B tier. He's still really good, but he's outclassed. I think Sojourn is a solid S tier. By solid, I will not move until she gets nerfed. She's so strong. The sticky disruptor field, the energy perk are a crazy combo that make her incredibly strong, and it's almost, if I can play Sojourn and get a lot of eliminations with her easily, that's a sign that she's busted. Okay, she's busted. So if you don't believe me, go play her for a little bit, you'll find out. Okay, I think Soldier's C tier. Why play Soldier when you can play Cassidy? Why play Soldier when you can play even Bastion? You both do like similar things, but his biotic field is just not that strong. His abilities, I've got the Helix grenade, and that's about the only thing really good about him. And Visor's good, but it's not as good as Overclock or Bob even. Sombra, I think Sombra's in C tier as well. She's only played really whenever you're going against the Ball, Doom, or Diva, or an annoying DPS, or you have a Mercy on your team. She's only played to counter. That's the only reason I see people playing her, is to counter somebody else. That's it. That's like her only purpose. At least where I play, that's her only purpose. Nobody plays her for fun, they play her to counter. And that makes the character lame, to me. Symmetra, I think Symmetra is B tier. Reason being, I like the beam. I think the beam is really good. It goes through things like Deflect and Zarya and Soups. To Zarya, but this is Orisa. But it goes through those things, and her ultimate is good for taking space, and Teleporter is good for helping other players on your team get high ground. She's very supportive DPS. She's not like an offensive one. She's there to defend and protect and help rather than go for kills like something like Cassidy. Torbjorn, I think Torbjorn is S tier because sticky turret and his ultimate is really good, and also he can upgrade his turret. I just think he's really strong right now. I think if he gets a nerf, even one nerf, he's gonna fall to A, but I think right now he's S tier. He can play quite a bit, even in low ranks, which is kind of where I'm at. Don't tell anybody. Tracer, I think Tracer's always gonna be high A, low S. Although she's played a lot, even low ranks, gold. She played a lot, and that's because she's just really strong, and her perks just doubled her capacity. You know, effectively can get 9 blinks now. You know, that's kind of rough sometimes, especially when you need to kill her quickly, because she can contest a point for a long time. Venture, I think Venture falls into C tier, B tier, because her perks, I don't even know what her perks are exactly. I know what they are, but I don't think they weren't anything like standout-ish, and she didn't get changed at all either in this mid-season patch. So I think she's still B tier. She has potential to go up higher, but I don't see them making that change. And yeah, I think that's just where she's gonna sit for right now until she gets a bigger change. Her ultimate's really good. Don't get me wrong, her ult is really, really good, especially if you use it correctly. But I think she just pales in comparison to something like Mei or Cassidy or Sojourn. Up, I think we have Widowmaker. I think I'm gonna put her in A tier. I think her one-shot is really strong to be able to one-shot 250 health heroes. And I think that her perks don't, well, what holds her from being higher, she's at the bottom of A tier, by the way. What holds her from being higher, like up here or even up here, is that her perks are just kind of that great. You know, she had a perk that lets her get a second grapple, because I think that would be fun. I think she's just kind of short. You don't think she's really got a lot to it. She's just strong in general, and her can kill like your entire team pretty much with like shots. So maybe more than 4, probably like 6, if she hits everything headshot. You know, I think because her perks are not that great, that's why she kind of in A tier. Next and last DPS is Freya. I think Freya is low-key kind of weaker side. She's super fun to play. Don't get me wrong. She's super fun to play, but she doesn't do a ton of damage. And her ultimate is kind of lackluster. Like, if you hit somebody, it pulls them all together, but then they just stay there and they don't take any extra damage. And you have to hit more arrow shots. You know, it's really good if you can hit solid. If your aim is good, she's really good. But if your aim is not that great, then you're kind of victim to what is known as the can't aim syndrome. Then next after that, we have our supports. I think Zenyatta is C tier. I'm great. I just don't think his healing output is enough compared to other healers. I think that if he did a little bit more healing, he'd be busted. So I don't really know. I don't know the best way to fix him. His ability to hover makes him unable to be booped off the map by Lucio or Pharah, or Ball or something like that. So that kind of at like the top of C tier, but I don't think they carry him as much as other people think they should. For that reason, I put him at C tier. Juno is S and Brig is S because together Juno has some of the highest healing output in the game right now, and she can headshot with her Meta Blaster. Her pulsar torpedoes can lock onto your teammates a lot faster. She can glide. She's got crazy movement. She enables your team to move faster. She's S tier. And Brig, her perks made her a little bit better, and she was S tier before. So this team comp is really strong together. I think if Brig gets nerfed or if Juno gets nerfed, both of them kind of down a tier. But until then, they're still really strong. I think Ana's also S tier. The reason being, her double nade and her sleep or her self nano, those are just really strong perks and enable her to change a battlefield in just with the click of a button. She can shift the tide of an entire battle. She throws double nade down, she hits 3 people with that nade, your team cleans up, bro. So for that, she's S tier. I think if that ever gets changed, she'll drop down to A tier. But for right now, after this mid-season patch, she did get changed at all? No, she didn't get changed at all. So she's still S tier. Iliari is definitely B tier. Her good. Pylon is good. Her healing beam is really good. Her damage is good. Her perks helped her out a lot, especially with her ultimate. It helped her out a lot, so otherwise I think she'd be C tier because just these 3 are so strong that she's just so outclassed right now. Her perks bump her up just a level, otherwise she would be down here. Kiriko is definitely gonna have to be an A tier because Cleanse is just that strong. She can teleport twice with one of her perks. She's got faster healing Ofuda, which is really strong. Things put her in A tier, and I think Lucio's gonna go there too, because like you're not playing Brig Juno or Brig Ana, you're probably playing Lucio Kiri or Lucio Ana or something like that, or Juno Kiri. One of those combos. Combos you can make between these 5 supports is so strong. A lot of people run Juno Lucio. It works well for them. It really just depends on what you're comfortable playing. And for me, these perks they have, especially Lucio's boot buff, make a huge difference for the characters. You know, I still think Lifeweaver's F. I'm sorry. I know that those people out there who play him are like, no. I'm sorry. He's just not. You don't know how to put it. I just not. Why play that when you can play this? And I think Mercy's in the same kind of boat here, along with Moira. I just think that they're so incredibly outclassed by these 3 that I can't reasonably put them higher. You think one big buff to Mercy or one big buff to Moira will definitely bump them up quite a bit. But right now, actually, I think I'm going to keep it this way. Alright, now time to figure out why Junker Queen's on here twice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. We're missing one hero. Who's the hero we're missing? JQ, Malga, Arissa, Ram, Ryan, Rhodes, Sig, Winton, Wrecking, Zarya, Ash. It's missing Bap. So this is supposed to be Baptiste. Okay. This is Bap. Bap is definitely A tier. Or B tier. Reason, this is supposed to be Baptiste. The one I'm clicking on is Bap. Is B tier because he does a lot of damage. His ultimate is really good. His perks helped him out quite a bit with his shoulder turret. And healing is also very strong. He's got a lot of self-sustain in his kit. So for that reason, he's B tier. Okay. That is your Season 15 mid-season patch tier list from Temu Flats. If you liked the video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. And if you liked the video, share it with a friend. Somebody made a video about me on TikTok yesterday, and I was like, what? So share it with a friend, make a video, clip it up if you want to. I don't really mind. Okay? That like and subscribe button. Please, trying to feed a family. I'm desperate. It's been a long time. Help a brother out. Hit the subscribe button. I have to go. Thank you.